We're here today with Brad Menarkinson from Wowcow. Welcome, Brad.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Give us an update on what's been happening at Wowcow.
It's been a very big year for us. The business has grown considerably after years and years of forming the structure, getting the base right. Spent a lot of time on our policies, procedures and disciplines when we decided to gear up to become a franchise company. This year we've seen the evolution of that. We went from one store, we're currently sitting with 5 retail outlets. We've got a number of franchisees now sitting in the wing, so next year will be even bigger. But for us it was about getting a bigger footprint in Sydney, where we've got obviously a predominance of our presence. And now it's a point of bedding down those outlets to ensure that the profitability is there for the franchisee, the brand equity is held, the customer experience is held, and enable us to continue to sell franchises off the back of people coming in, enjoying the experience, enjoying the product, and then seeing the value in owning their own Wowcow.
What are some of the challenges you're facing in growing your brand?
We're pushing to be a national brand. The business being based in Sydney, majority of our inbound inquiries are for Sydney. We get a little bit of national inquiries, but we're aggressively going after to roll this as a national company. As I said, we've got a presence in Melbourne now in a hybrid kiosk sitting inside a Woolworths, which is another deal that we concluded a couple of months ago. We're in partnership with them.
Tell us a little bit more about this.
It's based off a trial model in one store. Woolworths approached us some 6 months ago. We've gone in partnership in a kiosk in one of their new outlets in Melbourne. It's in Southern Cross train station in Melbourne. The belief and what's proven correct is we're able to pull customers to come to have a Wowcow and then do their shopping for Woolworths. Yep. So it's increased their customer and foot traffic count, which is what they wanted. Yep. As well as for us, we're now able to, similar to a shopping centre, have a capture rate of customers walking past us continuously every day. So the model's proven very successful and very profitable for us as well.
What are your top 3 priorities?
Our top priority is, and it will always be, the profitability of our franchisees. That's purely what, we up on the board in the office, it's written up in big. That's our focus. We want to ensure that the return on investment is there. The return on investment that we've preached is there. We're showing through. We're a young company in terms of a franchise company. Our first franchise store only opened up 6 months ago, so we don't have history on our side. So we got to walk the walk. We work with our franchise partners continuously in terms of ensuring that both top-line sales are there, which is important, but then they're controlling their costs all the way through, so at the end of the day they're getting that correct return on their investment. And that's number one priority in our company, irrespective of whether it's a company store or a franchise store. The profitability of Wowcow is everything to us. Our second priority is the culture of the company. We spend a lot of time in terms of training our people, spend a lot of time in terms of training our franchisees. When you walk into a Wowcow, it's not only about the products, it's about all your senses. So it's the touch, smell and feel, and the front line of that is always going to be your people. If you don't spend time and train them, and if they aren't aligned with the rest of the brand, it's A, confusing to the customer, and B, you're just not practicing what you preach, and we just don't do that. We value and spend a lot of time with our staff, our franchisees that we've selected of the same mindset. They spend a lot of time in terms of rewarding their staff and training their staff, developing their people. And that will and will continue to be a priority for us. We're very strong in food safety. We've had to be with Woolworths. When they approached us, they were surprised how strong we were anyway. But in terms of our full HACCP compliance, and with Woolworths it's called a WQA compliance, we've had to really step it up. That's been terrific for the brand. We're now streaks ahead of anyone else in our space in terms of food safety. So that's also a priority. I suppose our third priority is to take this brand national as soon as possible. We want to convert the leads that we're getting in other states. We want to build that flagship store so that people can come and feel and touch it. And then, as well as rolling in Sydney, look to open up and put on 2 to 3 stores in both Melbourne and both Victoria and Queensland within the first half of next year.
Your overseas interests, what's happening here?
We concluded, or are in the process of concluding, our master franchise deal in Indonesia, with the store currently looking to be built, opening up early next year. Our master franchisees have a lot of experience in operating in that region. They own over 150 outlets, predominantly in food. They're excited by the opportunity. It makes sense for us. We targeted Asia specifically. The climate is there, the labour, in terms of cost of labour, is there. Rent factors are there, so we see an incredibly profitable model. We also currently in negotiations on 2 further countries. UAE, which is very exciting, China as well, which is a huge opportunity. Both of them are backed off doing a deal with the right partner, of course.
Thanks for your time today with QSR Media.
Thanks, Justine.